Looking through Barbara's windows, there sits a magnificent pie, on the windowsill in plain sight from the many eyes of the passer-by. Now temptation was far too much for Kaylee to resist. The aroma of 1,000 ripe exotic fruits with Barbara's secret twist. So Kaylee stole the pie, and off to the woods she ran. She gorged herself and finished it off, and then went home to wash her hands. Well, that night she couldn't settle, for her belly began to swell. An excruciating pain and the foulest of smells. You see, Barbara's chicken pie contained no chicken at all. It was a pie intended for her chickens, and now Kaylee had a surprise in store. For Kaylee made it to the toilet in time, but what came out gave her concerns. Barbara's secret ingredient, mixed with fruit, was a kilo of dead worms. Ugh! Edgar the Bat had an impressive collection of hats. He kept them in an upside-down wardrobe in a very dark flat. Some were long pointy ones, and some were floppy, and some were caps. Beanies and berries, Stetsons and bowlers, and a woolly winter hat with flaps. Well, Edgar was the talk of the cave. He held himself like a gentleman bat would behave. A well-to-do fellow he would pass with a wave. On different days, different hats, and different greetings he would pave. Well, one night he lost his grip and fell to the cave floor. But when he flew back up again, he realised he'd lost the key to the wardrobe door. What to do with no hat to wear? The other bats would soon see what Edgar was hiding. Underneath all his hats was an afro of awful hair, curly and winding. So to save himself embarrassment, he gained the upper hand and fashioned a bandana from a banana skin held on by a rubber band. Lucius Lips held together his bits with a bunch of paper clips, and with every caper he would lose paper through wear and tear and rips. Something stronger was needed, as the fear of falling apart was close to his heart, and every time he wriggled and jiggled another piece of him would depart. Well, the answer came through wind and rain, which blew him into a pot, and a sticky solution stuck him together, and the glue replaced the paper clips, full stop. There's male sheep, and then there's rams, for Arthur's horns were impressive. With his head held high, they were well and truly massive. Now Bobby was the young male, and his stumps hadn't quite grown yet, and he didn't really like Arthur, because Arthur was a bully and Bobby wouldn't forget. For Arthur would always tease Bobby and push him around in front of the girls, call him names, make fun of his stumps, and stick thistles to his woolly curls. So one day Bobby challenged Arthur, picked up the courage and said, "Your horns will be your fate." Everyone laughed, including Bobby, and this made Arthur irate. "How dare you insult me in front of all my friends? No, Arthur, you're the bully, and this is where it ends." Although young Bobby was clever, all he had to do was wait. As Arthur charged, flat out angry, Bobby stepped aside, and Arthur wedged himself stuck in the farmer's gate. And just for Arthur to learn his lesson, Bobby hung a sign on Arthur's bum. "Although your horns are impressive, you really are quite dumb." To wash her hands. Well, that night she couldn't settle for her beginny. Too much for Kaylee to resist. The aroma of bloody lawnmowers. And finished it off, and then went home to wash her hands. Well, that night she couldn't settle for her the aroma of 1,000 ripe exotic fruits. Lawnmowers! Ah! She went home to wash her hands. Well, that night she couldn't settle for her Barbara's chicken pie contained no chicken at all. It was pie. Ripe exotic fruits with Barbara's secret twist. So exotic fruits with Barbara's secret twist. So Edgar the Bat had an impressions? Like a gentleman bat would behave. He would pass with a wave, 'cause he flipping damn blooming got it wrong. Edgar the Bat had a kaboom. The other bats would soon see Edgar was hiding. He gained the upper hand. He fashioned a banana. Whoa. Edgar the Bat had an impression. To-do fellow, he would pass with a wave. Stick bristles to his woolly curls. Arthur, you're the bully, and this is where it ends. Although young Bobby was clever, he had to all champauka. All the flips. Show. Loose your slips.